Okay, now I got my new seal to go here, which is on this guy, and that means I can put this bracket back on there, and then I can put that one back on there, and I can put that back on there, and that gets quite a bit of stuff done. So let's do that next. There, I finally got those brackets back on there. Now I can remount the AC compressor and the alternator. I'm gonna have to take this bracket off at some point because there's not quite enough room to sneak this pipe in here, this EGR pipe. So at some point I'll have to take that back off. But anyway, it's getting closer all the time. Okay, let's get this alternator bolted on here. I'm probably gonna have to take that AC compressor off again to get that black bracket off when I go to install that EGR crossover line there, but it's only 4 bolts with the zippy-doo that comes off pretty fast. But this way I can look at it and it looks like it's a little bit more complete. Torque this guy up. There, that's going to bring an end to it today. I'm going to clean up some tools and head home because it's black out there again. Starting to look a little more like a motor. Just a few more things to put on here yet. That side is starting to look pretty busy. Okay, alright, I admit I got a little excited and I wound up stringing this wiring harness in there and playing with my new zip tie clippy things on there, and I just kind of got carried away. I put the first one in just to see if it would work, and it was kind of fun, and then before you know it I had the whole thing installed. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to see if I can figure out how to route that harness back on there now and string it all in place and get it tied up. I think I'll do that next. I'm certainly running out of pieces to put on this motor. Okay, I think I have these electrical hoses where they're supposed to be. That was a bit of a challenge figuring this one out. I just can't remember good enough now. Had to keep going back and looking at my pictures. That bracket, I think I have it installed in the right spot. It's the only thing that makes sense, but it seems like when I go back and look at the teardown video, it seems like this piece with the pipe on it was just all flopping around here like it wasn't even on, like bolted on. So, I don't know. We'll leave it like that for now and see if it's going to work. Now, I think I'm up to that point where, now that I've got this wiring laid in there and I'm happy with where it sits, I think I'm going to put the intake manifold on and get the last few pieces bolted up here before I string that one down to the other side, just so I can see where these things all need to sit. So we got our new gasket there. Is this going to fit better one way than the other? Seems like I don't have quite enough room. Oh, that seems to work there. Okay. And then we'll set this guy down on there. Try and get these bolts lined up through the gasket, put the gasket in the right spot. Oh, I gotta squish that to get it in there. A little bit of a clearance problem with that harness in behind there. It's tight. There we go. I think that one started. It's going to grab a wrench. I mean a ratchet. Okay. All right, so that all seems like it's going to cinch down nice and proper. It's going to make sure that this harness is not getting pinched in behind there. It is pretty tight. I think we're okay there. I'm going to just try and pull this up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, that harness is not getting pinched, so that's good. All right, then we got this big bolt here can go in there. It looks like this has to stay on that side of it. Okay, that one is just kind of snug. Then we're going to snug these guys up. Whoop! Okay, time to torque them. Okay, so we're going to be 23 foot-pounds on these ones. Okay, and then that guy in there is going to be 45 because that's a manifold holding bolt. 45 right there. There. That guy's torquealized. After that, we got this EGR valve. EGR valve. I got to get my tape off of here first. Next up is this EGR valve. Get it screwed back on here. Can't talk about EGR too much because I don't like them. And if you don't like EGR, then the greenies want to pretty well put you in jail. I'm all for using less energy and saving the planet kind of stuff, but I just think a lot of this, we're doing it all the wrong way. It's the right idea, but we're doing it the wrong way because just like always, there's money involved. You know what the Bible says? The love of money is the root of all evil. And if you don't quite catch what that means, it almost actually has nothing to do with the money part. It has everything to do with greed. And greed is pride. Okay, now I should be able to hook up this connector, hey? Boop! Just like that. Look at that. Oh, man. It's a fun noise. That looks good. It's all nice and tied up. This nice harness in there. Boy. Couldn't have did it better myself. Now we'll see if we can take this bracket back off of here. Ooh, that one's I'm going to have to do with a wrench. Oh, Jeremy must have put that one on there for me. All right, let's break this one free and get this bracket off. I guess I could just take that AC compressor off, but if I can take these out by hand, then I won't bother. Okay, now I should have room to put that pipe in here. And that was another thing about this silly kit, is it only comes with one of these exhaust, I guess EGR cooler gaskets. Like, how silly is that? You have to take the whole pipe off. Why do they only give you one gasket? So I had to go get myself a second one. Okay, let's see about bolting this guy up. Oh, I better take this clamp off first. Okay, should be something like this. Something like that. See if I can slide this gasket in behind there. Okay, got a good start on those ones. Now same thing for this side. Oh, what's going on here? I don't like that. I don't think that goes underneath there like that. Yeah, that goes around the outside. Okay, I gotta change this wiring harness up here a bit. Okay, let's get this up out of the way. This is gonna go around like that. There we go. Okay, try again. You're putting on lines or anything like this, you always want to put in all your bolts before you tighten anything up. All your bolts, all your clamps. Because these steel lines, they always want to sit a certain way. It can make it really hard to get stuff done up if you tighten up all your bolts too quick. All right, let's see about tightening all that stuff up now. Okay, now that bottom one I can't torque because I can't get a torque wrench in there. I don't think I can. It worked. Now this line here, whoops, this way. I think this bracket is still kind of loose. There we go. Okay. And I should be able to get down here and torque these bolts now. How do I get on that one? Can't really. Oh, can't get in there. Have to do that one by hand, I guess. We'll use the calibrated elbow. 23 foot-pounds. Click, click, click. There it is. Good. And then we can snug up these last two clamps here. There we go. That gets a whole bunch of stuff finished on the front end of this stuff here. Now, this one. Okay, I think we got to put this plate back on now. If I can get the bolt started. There we go. So this would go like that. And then onto there like that. So that looks like it's all right to me. Well, let's tighten this bracket up and then we'll put that hose on there. Actually, maybe I'll put that hose on there first. Because it will help that bracket know where to sit. Because there's a lot of movement, eh? See that? Crooked here or what? Yeah, I figured that wasn't on there yet. Doesn't want to bite. Might have to change that fitting. Well, I cannot get that guy to thread on there, so I'm going to have to take this fitting out and get a new one. And of course, it's not going to just come out of there. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This looks like it's supposed to clip in right there. That's going to be something like that, I guess. Oh, that can't be right, because this has to somehow reach all the way up to there. I don't know where that peg is supposed to be for then. I didn't move any of those when I went through that harness. I don't see any other place for it to sit. But this has to plug into that sensor there. Oh, I think I need to take that out of there and put some Teflon tape on it. Oh! Wow, I'm gonna have just barely enough Teflon tape to do this one. Okay. If it's enough, it's enough, I guess. When I'm installing sensors like this, I try to always get the nub for the clip out where you can get at it later if you ever want to take that thing out of there. If it's out here, it makes it easy to unplug. Now, yeah, I don't know why I have this on here. I'm not quite sure where that's supposed to plug into or what. There's no hole for it. It's just like it's in totally the wrong place. You'd think it would be down there, is where it would plug in, but I don't know. Now, this obviously was heat shielding around here. So I don't have anything like that, but I have this stuff. I can maybe try that. Worst case scenario, it comes off, I guess. Wasn't quite enough, eh? Well, best case scenario, it works great. Worst case scenario, it just all comes off. And it won't be any worse than the way it came, I guess. It is always nice if you can take care of some of these problems while you're working on this stuff, though, that's for sure. There, now that guy is going to plug into the turbo down there at some point. All right, back over to this side then. Let's put this grid heater control stuff on. It goes something like that. There, I got one more bolt there, but I got another bracket that has to go down. I think it goes over top of that or in between or something like that. So we'll get that figured out. These ones need to be cleaned. I spent a lot of time cleaning this harness. It was so greasy and oily. It still looks dirty. But you can't just dunk this in the ultrasonic cleaner or in the solvent tank or anything like that because of the electronic relays there, and I didn't want to try and disconnect all that stuff, because sometimes when you get into things like that and you try and take that stuff apart, you start making more problems than you had to begin with. Sometimes it's better to just leave well enough alone, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we're good. And we're good. And stuff there seems okay, and then this one plugs in here, I guess. Perfect. That one will go to the starter, along with that one. Alright. I'm going to throw a couple of zip ties around there just to help hold stuff secure. And then we'll put the breather on and the lines that go down here. Alright, get a little bit of grease on here. This is the blow-by crankcase vent, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of grease on there. Now this thing should fit here somehow. So that guy goes there, so this has got to go in behind like that. Oh, that guy goes right there. Okay, I thought it went here, but it actually goes there. So we'll take this nut off, get that guy into place there. Oh, that was easy. All right, now down here, yeah, this one goes here. Something like that. This one goes here behind this bolt. This nut goes back on there. And somewhere over here. Here we got these guys to go on. Okay, I'll grab the zippy-doo. Almost a mile of extensions here. I am like that though. I like to get my tool out where I can work, not where I'm all jamming in stuff all the time. It's just the way it is. Okay, that's that one. I've got that one and one clamp to do. Put this clamp on. Nice little spring clamp, everybody's favorite. Get on there. Not really doing this right. Let me go get the proper tool. Can you even see this? That's the right tool for doing these things. It has this little slide on there with those grabbers. So you can get in on those clamps. Whoops, where'd that go? Keep that on there. Squish it down. There we go. Now it just moves over like easy peasy lemon squeezy. There we go. Kind of banged it up here a bit, but oh well. Nobody will see that pretty soon. Blow-by is secured. And I got this bracket here I can put on there. Oh no. Oh yes. That scared me for a little second there. It sucks when you have to take stuff all back apart again after you put it on. You get pieces like this that are all intertwined and tangled in. You got to put them together in the right order, or half the time it don't fit. There. Well, I do apologize. I had to take the turbo back off again because the oil drain line in behind here, the way that thing is made, the turbo has to be off in order to get it on. So if you ever need to replace the O-rings on that drain line, you have to take the turbo off. So you missed that whole struggle because I had already turned my camera off and I thought I was taping and I wasn't, so there you go. Sorry about that. But I was really questioning International's design choices on this one again. You should never have to remove a turbo to change O-rings on an oil line. Come on, International. That's kindergarten stuff.